Hi, this is Derek Funkhauser, and this is my overview of Pocket Generals, a two-player strategic card game that takes about 15 to 20 minutes to play. The game plays out over 2 rounds, which is 20 turns, though in scenario mode, a player can lose earlier depending. The game can be played in scenario or in skirmish mode, and the game is going to include 15 to 20 historically significant battles that changed the world. Here we have the battle for Iwo Jima. I have other maps that will include D-Day, the Battle of Hastings, the Battle of Yorktown, and other significant battles throughout history. So here we have the scenario for the Battle of Iwo Jima, and you'll see here that there are scenario rules for both red and blue, and then there are objectives for the blue and the red player. Now the red player is the defender and the blue player is the aggressor, so the red player wants to retain control of the objective until the end of the second round, and the blue player wants to remove all of the red player's units on the board or gain control of the objective by the end of either the first or second round. You also have a player tableau, and this player board has a lot of your information. Really, it tells you everything you need to know outside of the action cards. So here you have 3 actions you can take. You can choose to spend 2 action points to move units, 3 action points to deploy, or 4 action points to upgrade. There's also memorial, so as units are destroyed and removed from the map, they're going to be moved into your memorial. You can choose on your turn to remove 2 units from the game to gain an action point. Now this may be something you want to do if you're short an action point or 2, but keep in mind that those units are out of the game. You will not get those back. At the end of the first round, anything that is in your memorial is moved back over to your unit reserve. This score track on the outside is going to relate to the skirmish mode, where you are going to score victory points for controlling areas on the board throughout 2 rounds. And again, 2 rounds takes about 20 turns. So what's Pocket Generals all about? Well, Pocket Generals is about utilizing action cards in order to accomplish your objective. So each player has the exact 10 cards. Each player has the exact hand of 10 cards that they will utilize on each turn. A player is going to select a card from their hand, place it down on the table, and then there's going to be a simultaneous reveal. So if we chose Napoleon Bonaparte, we would place it face down, our opponent chooses a card face down, and then there's a reveal. So we reveal the cards, and the player who played the highest number gains action points equal to the difference of the 2 numbers. So the blue player would gain 5 action points to use on their turn, and we, having the lower number, would be able to choose one of these abilities to use for our turn. So Napoleon allows us to deploy our leader or to gain 3 action points. So we do not have our leader deployed yet, so we could choose to deploy our leader into any zone that we control. The leader is going to boost the morale of the soldiers they're leading. So they're going to give a +1 strength to the soldiers in that sector. Your opponent could utilize any of the actions we talked about using the 5 action points they have. So when a player has played a card, it goes to their discard pile, and you choose another card, and you continue to do this for 10 turns. At the end of the first round, you'll check for any objectives that were met. If they were not, you'll pick up all of the cards from your discard pile. You'll move any destroyed units over to your reserve, and you'll play out another hand of cards. So the game's over when a player completes their objective. Players can play these games very quickly, and they can reset, they can play different battles. There'll be different scenarios for each of the battles included in the battle book. So this has been your overview of Pocket Generals, a 2-player card game with simultaneous reveal and action point allowance, with area control sprinkled in, and most importantly, a history lesson. I want players to come away with an understanding and appreciation of the history that they've played on, and to either rewrite history or to play out history as it unfolded. So thank you for your time, and I hope to hear back.